Social media. How does it make you feel? If you feel anxious and you want to know what you can do about it, keep watching. There was a time when I used to cringe at social media. I want it off. I actually paused my Facebook page for 6 months because I felt anxious every time I went to it, or I didn't like what I was seeing. I had all of these friends, but I didn't even want to go on because I was feeling anxious. We all have a tendency to get into something and it makes us feel bad and we don't know what to do about it. If you felt like that, then I'm going to give you 4 tips on what you can do, or 4 of these keys on what you can do to let go feeling anxious when it comes to social media. If you have FOMO, or fear of missing out, what is it actually doing for you? Are you really missing out on life if you miss an event? No. It doesn't mean that nothing else will ever occur for you. Life keeps going. If you miss one opportunity, another will appear, and another will appear, and another will appear. You also have to decide on how close you want to be to something. Is it going to matter in 5 or 10 years if you were at a party or not? Don't attach what other people are doing to your worth. If you miss it, it doesn't mean that anything is wrong with you or that you're less than or anything else, except that's something that you missed. Don't let something outside of you determine your worth, not a person or an activity. Did you know that many people only post the best things in their life on social media? So you're not gonna see the downs, you see the ups, and many times they are exaggerated. Think about something that you posted that may have been exaggerated. You could just be sitting at the table with your spouse and your kids eating spaghetti and going, then you take a picture of the spaghetti and go, this is the best spaghetti ever in the whole world. Look at us smiling. And then after you smile on that, you go back to eating your spaghetti. That's how many of the things on social media are. They're exaggerated and they are over the top. And when other people look at them, it makes them feel like what they're doing isn't enough. Many times people will measure how successful they are by what they see other people are doing. And some of the things I've heard my clients say is, I'm so anxious because I'm behind. And I go, what do you mean you're behind? Well, these friends are going on vacation all the time. These friends have this much money saved. These friends have already been married and had babies. These friends are doing all of these things. So you're seeing these images of people achieving things that you want, and they're making you anxious because you may not be there yet. So you're judging yourself by what they're doing. And I'm going to say this right now. It's 4 letters. S-T-O-P. Stop doing that. Simple. Quit doing that. What you can do is lift them up, celebrate them, and use it as inspiration for what you want, and aspire to do the same things if that's what you want. If not, then just go on about your business and just say, I'm so happy for you, congratulations. Jealousy and envy does nothing for you. When you celebrate someone else's success, you are raising your vibration and bringing more of that kind of energy into your life so that you can have it too. If it makes you feel anxious, then that means that you need personal development. There's something within you that's saying that I'm not good enough, I don't have what it takes, and there's something wrong with me. Personal development, seeing a counselor, getting books, anything on personal development to work on yourself to make you feel esteemed, to raise your self-esteem and your confidence is what you're going to need. And to let go of old beliefs that you had in the past about who you really were. But the biggest thing is to S-T-O-P, stop comparing yourself to other people on social media. If you're not able to do that, get off. This is one of the things that gives me anxiety personally. So notifications that come up, somebody has tweeted something about something, and when the notification comes up on the phone, you just go in, especially if you're just hanging out, and you look at it and it's something negative. And then if it's something negative, it's going to breed more negativity. It's going to bring more and more negativity, and then you start feeling yucky. I few weeks ago, I did a rant on Facebook about something that happened to me, but I did a video about it. It was something that was about my hair. Somebody made a comment about my hair. So I did a rant on Facebook about it, and some of the comments were negative, and it was probably about 50-50. Some were encouraging, but the other ones were, that person is stupid, this person doesn't know what they're talking about, and it made me feel crummy. It wasn't what I was wanting from social media. I was just using social media at that moment for a platform to express myself. But what I got back was a lot more of that feeling. It kept me feeling in that. It kept me in that moment of annoyance. It kept me feeling mad at that person. Instead of having me move on, all of that negative feedback, even if it was good feedback, it was still feedback on a negative subject. And I ultimately took it down. I kept it up for less than 24 hours, and then when I started feeling bad, I took it down. So negative information like that and messages that are coming at us all the time makes us feel anxious. Now, the political climate, and it doesn't even matter what side you're on, it's just that it's a fight. Everybody thinks they're right, nobody wants to get along, and people push and throw their views out there as the truth, and anything else that they don't believe, they just go after people. So turn off the notifications. So what I did, when that Twitter feed kept coming up, those notifications kept coming up, I was just like, and I would get sucked in, I turned them off. I didn't want to know, because I didn't need to know that while I was right before I was about to help a client. I didn't need that in my mind or in my heart. I didn't need to know what negative things were going on in the political climate right before I was about to have a good conversation with my husband or my daughter. Do you really need those notifications when they come up? What is it that you're really feeling like you're going to miss out on? If it's negative and you're feeding off of that, again, personal development, because they're not really feeding you. A lot of the negative things are tearing you down. There's so many other things that you can do with your time than scrolling on social media. Overwhelm. For me, I was on every platform, and I had a personal page and a business page. So all of this information coming at me, people chatting with me or DMing me, or me doing the same thing on all of those platforms. It was overwhelmed. And it's a full-time job just to do social media. To look at all the images that are coming up, all the things that are coming up, deciding who you want to talk to, and trying to get through all of that, it was too much. Two things that you can do. You can get out of some of the groups. If they're not serving you and you're not even part of the groups or actively working in the groups, then leave the group. All of the messengers, leave those groups if you're not actively a part of them. At one time, I was a part of maybe 50 groups, but I was only active in 2. So guess how many groups I'm active in now? 2, just 2, because the other ones were just filling space and making me feel overwhelmed, because every time there was something that came up, I felt like I had to answer, I had to comment, or I had to read. And you know what? I'm not missing anything. I'm not missing anything on LinkedIn or Facebook or Instagram or any of the other platforms. If I am, I don't know it. And if I don't know it, guess what? I don't have anxiety. So think about what's going on with your social media. And are you in too much? Is there too many platforms that you're on? Are there too many groups that you're in? Is it so much information coming at you that you can't process it? Or are you actually spending too much time on social media? Find a really good app that'll help you track your time that you spend on social media. One of the ones that's really good is called Moment, and it'll track the time and let you know how much time you're actually giving to a process that may not be healthy for you. Try it. And the last one is to change your settings. Monitor who writes on your post, monitor whose posts you write on, monitor who's looking at your feed. Look at your settings to make sure that you are filtering your information to who you want it to go to, and it's coming in from who you want it to come in from. That way you're not feeling overwhelmed, you're not getting images that are negative or getting involved in some of the trending things that may not be helpful or healthy. You're not feeling like you're missing out, and you're not comparing yourself to other people. You may want to take a break. Taking a break on social media can help ease the anxiety. Just let it go. When you let go of that fear of missing out, you feel free. Remember, you're not going to miss out on anything. I told you I was off social media, all of it, for 6 months. And guess what? I felt free. I did it. And did I miss out on anything? No, because anything that I needed to know, somebody was going to tell me. Anything that I needed for my business to go forward, I would get it from another source through an email, or somebody would call. If this video was helpful to you in any way, make sure you comment below, because I would love to hear from you. To continue to make these great videos for you, I need to know what you think about them. What is it that you want to hear? What do you want to know more about in reducing anxiety and stress? Remember to subscribe, share this with your friends, and hit the bell to be notified when I make a new video. A safe place to hang out on social media is my Success Builders Facebook community. This is where I share up-to-date coaching tips to help you develop personally, professionally in the areas of mindset, communication, and resilience. I absolutely loved making this video for you. Thank you for watching all the way to the end, and remember that I believe that you are capable of great things. Let's build success together. Now you get off of social media. Go. Get off. Now, just close it down. Just go.